Welcome back, guys. So now we welcome a creative force whose journey is nothing short of inspiring. He recently graduated from the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts as valedictorian, and he's here to share his story, his artistry, and the vision behind the pieces that are turning heads across the country and also at the One Nation New Symbols exhibit at the National Gallery. Kyle Gooden, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Talia.
Tell us a little bit about your journey. Like, when did you first realize that, you wanted to pursue art?
I've always loved to draw, and that was always something that I kept doing throughout school, throughout high school. And I think it wasn't until the end of high school that I realized that this is something that I wanted to do as a career.
Like, seriously?
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
In fact, I was actually going to do law at first, and then that started and realized that no, what I want to do is this.
Okay. And I mean, the rest is just history.
Yeah.
So, did you grow up in an artistic environment?
You could say that. Like I said, my art was always encouraged by my parents.
Okay.
And so drawing was always something that I was doing constantly in church, in school, in class. And that environment helped to foster and nurture a love for the art.
Okay, and you said you did it in school, but when did you actually realize that, hey, this is something that I would actually do professionally? When did you find out that, hey, I kind of, have a little talent here, I can actually draw?
Yeah, I think that happened when I was in fifth form, maybe, doing CSEC visual art and maybe doing Cape art as well, was where I realized that this is something that I really care about and that I really enjoy doing. And if I could do it as a profession, I would.
Okay, walk us through your creative process though. What does a typical painting session look like for you?
I usually involve a lot of music. Music is something very important to me, and the work kind of stems from that love of music, love of rhythm. And a studio session usually involves some kind of Afrobeat or jazz kind of music in the background playing, or classical. There's a lot of different music tastes that I have. And in the work itself, I use a lot of charcoal and paint right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you're starting and you're deciding which genre you're gonna choose today, is it just the vibe you're feeling? Where you draw the inspiration from?
It's usually on the vibe, how I'm feeling on that day, and the kind of intention that I'm taking into the work.
Okay. All right. Now, you recently won some awards as well. I'm going to list them. The Chairman's Award for Academic Excellence, awarded to the highest student with the cumulative GPA in your graduating class, and also the Principal's Award, and that's for having the highest GPA in the School of Visual Arts. So congratulations to you on both those awards. Another one as well, it's the Albert Hughes Award.
Huey,
yep. Right, to the top student in the painting department as well. So you have copped all these awards, valedictorian as well. What keeps you going? What keeps you driven?
I'm very inspired by my lecturers, really, and they were a very inspiring motivational force for me during final year, especially, constantly encouraging us to push the scale, to work harder, to keep at the work. I'm also inspired by my subjects. A lot of the work in final year focused on workers and the labor that they do and their relationship to the work that they're doing. I also was looking at sugar estate ruins as a product of enslaved labor, and that was also really inspiring for me, thinking about the legacy of enslaved Africans and how the ruins of sugar estates are really their tangible legacy. Okay. So those were some of the things that were inspiring me when making the work. Okay,
you like to tap into our history and draw some inspiration from there as well.
Absolutely.
Would you say that when you found out you were receiving these awards, what went through your mind?
I didn't really expect them. I was just, during the work, I was just focused on putting out my best. The Albert Huey Prize is something that I was very excited about and grateful to receive.
Yeah.
It's an award that a lot of my lecturers and people who have taught me have received, and so it was very I was very grateful to receive that award.
And now a few of your pieces, they're being displayed at the National Gallery as well.
Yes.
Tell me about that now. How does that make you feel?
I'm just very grateful that the work has been recognized and that persons see the work and that it resonates with them. Those works at the National Gallery are part of my final year body of work. And so was this drawing that's here today.
Yeah.
This was part of a large installation that formed the core of my independent study. And so being able to share the work that I was spending a lot of time and endless nights working on, being able to share that with Jamaican people and people who might relate to it and resonate with it has been very special to me.
And to see that people actually appreciate it as well. This piece here, you mentioned that it was a part of something else that you were working on, but walk us through it. What are we seeing here? Because I'm seeing I seen a man with a hat. It looks like a construction worker based on the green. I don't know. You have to guide me and tell me if I'm right.
You're absolutely.
I'm on the right path?
You're on the right path.
Right?
So as I was saying before, the work really stemmed from thinking about workers and their relationship to the things that they're building.
Right.
But also thinking about the exclusion of workers from the spaces that they're making. So you'll notice on the figure, I've put
it looks like
print.
bricks.
Well,
Is it bricks?
They're bricks, but if you look closely, they're actually bodies from the middle passage.
Oh, wow.
And so it's a way for me to make a connection to slavery and the way that the enslaved were also working and building things that they may not benefit from necessarily. And making a connection between that and the present.
Wow. And that, everything would have gone into the labor and the work, your hands, your mind, every aspect of you, really and truly. Okay, I'm getting it. I'm learning. So tell me now, Kyle, what's next for you?
Well, right now I'm teaching, and that's something that I'm very interested in. I'm teaching at Creative Kids, grades 1 to 6. And even though I enjoy that, I know it's not something that's the end for my journey. I know I really want to go and pursue a master's degree in fine art overseas, because we don't have any programs like that in the Caribbean.
Right.
And so that's something that's on the horizon for me.
Okay.
I'd also like to participate in residencies overseas as well, to spend more time developing this, researching more into ruins and that kind of thing.
Right.
So those are the things that I'm really excited about right now.
Okay, and for individual pieces, do you do those as well for persons?
I do.
Is that we do contact you?
Yes.
So, Kyle, I want a piece for whatever reason, do you have those as well on sale, or if it is that we just kind of hire you and you get it done for us? Yeah,
that's been how it's been. Persons can contact me, and then depending on the availability of the time and stuff, because work is a constant. So yeah, that's definitely something that's there.
All right, so tell us how we can get to you, Kyle. I mean, your pieces are great.
Thank you.
So tell me how we can get to you.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at the Gooden Studio. That's my handle right now, and I have plans of making a website soon where I can upload more images of the work so far. And that's primarily it.
Okay. Do you have anybody that you look up to?
Absolutely. There's so many persons that
Can you just give me like your top 3?
I would have to say my head of department, Mr. Ra, Omari Ra. My lecturers, Philip Thomas, Greg Bailey.
Internationally?
Internationally, there's Yori Minaya, Kerry James Marshall. These are some artists who I'm very interested by the work that they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, all the very best to you on your journey. And we're looking forward to seeing some, amazing pieces from you as well in the future. So all the very best. Thank you so much for joining us. Artist Kyle Gooden. All right, don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more coming up on the show. You're watching Weekend Smile. We'll be right back after this.